Surah Al-An'am, the sixth chapter of the Quran, contains a wealth of teachings covering various aspects of faith, morality, guidance, and admonition for personal conduct and social relations. Here's a detailed exploration of its teachings. 1. Oneness of God. Tawheed. Surah Al-An'am reaffirms the central message of Islam, emphasizing the oneness of God, Tawheed, and the absolute sovereignty of Allah over the universe. It rejects the concept of associating partners with God, shirk, and emphasizes the importance of worshiping Allah alone without intermediaries. 2. Prophethood and revelation. The chapter affirms the continuity of prophethood and the mission of various prophets sent by God to guide humanity throughout history. It mentions prophets such as Noah, Abraham, Moses, and Jesus, among others, highlighting their struggles in delivering God's message and calling people to monotheism. 3. The Quran as guidance. Surah Al-An'am underscores the significance of the Quran as a divine revelation and source of guidance for humanity. It calls upon people to reflect on the signs of God's creation and to heed the wisdom and guidance contained in the Quran for their spiritual and moral upliftment. 4. Ethical conduct and accountability. The chapter outlines ethical principles and moral values that believers are encouraged to uphold in their daily lives. It prohibits actions such as lying, cheating, injustice, and cruelty while promoting honesty, integrity, justice, and compassion towards others. Believers are reminded of their accountability before God for their deeds on the Day of Judgment. 5. Resurrection and the hereafter. Surah Al-An'am vividly describes the reality of resurrection and the hereafter, emphasizing the inevitability of life after death and the accountability of individuals for their actions in the worldly life. It warns of the consequences of disbelief and disobedience while promising reward and salvation for those who believe and do righteous deeds. 6. Divine signs in nature. The chapter calls upon people to reflect on the signs of God's existence and power evident in the natural world. It highlights the beauty, complexity, and harmony of creation as manifestations of God's wisdom and design, urging people to recognize and appreciate the Creator through His creation. 7. Prohibition of idolatry. Surah Al-An'am strongly condemns the worship of idols and false deities, affirming the futility of idol worship and the superiority of monotheism. It challenges the beliefs and practices of idolaters, inviting them to embrace the truth of monotheism and abandon their false gods. 8. Unity of humanity. Throughout the chapter, believers are reminded of the unity of humanity and the common origin of all human beings. It emphasizes the equality of all individuals before God, regardless of their race, ethnicity, or social status, promoting mutual respect, cooperation, and solidarity among people of diverse backgrounds. Invitation to Islam. Surah Al-An'am extends an invitation to Islam to people of all backgrounds, urging them to submit to the will of God and embrace the message of monotheism and righteousness. It calls upon believers to convey the message of Islam with wisdom, compassion, and good manners, inviting others to the path of guidance and salvation. Overall, Surah Al-An'am offers profound spiritual insights, ethical guidance, and admonition for believers, urging them to uphold faith, morality, and righteousness in all aspects of life. It provides a comprehensive framework for living a life of piety, obedience, and devotion to God, while also addressing the challenges and dilemmas faced by humanity in the journey towards spiritual fulfillment and salvation.